I have always had a stuttering problem, a real strong speech impediment. It was a lot harder for me as a kid than it is now, but it's still something that I struggle with. But in school, I really had a hard time. We moved from Vermont to New York when I was in high school, and that was a really big change for me. And being someone who couldn't really reliably walk up to someone and say hello, even that was a pretty tough change. And so that was about the same time I started being able to go online, and so being able to speak with my fingers was kind of it's kind of magic for me. So I definitely made a lot of friends online that way, and that really helped to develop my personality, which is something I was definitely struggling with because, again, I couldn't really communicate very well when I was in school. That was a big challenge for me.
Now, I read that online, and it shocked me, and I'm sure it's going to shock a lot of people who are so used to how comfortable you are in front of a camera. Your videos that you've been doing for a while. I mean, just comfortable explaining complicated topics. And it's usually things that you're passionate about. Do you think that helps, that the things that you're talking about are things that you really love?
It definitely does, yeah. I mean, stuttering is a really hard thing to explain, or stammering. For me, it's a special kind called blocking, where basically you can speak normally and then you'll get to a word and suddenly you won't be able to say that word. And it's kind of hard to know which words are going to be problems. For me, it was always kind of soft vowels, so the word hello has always been a challenge. In fact, I almost got stuck saying it there. So, you sort of learn ways to dance around it, and I feel like I always have a tree in my head of other words I can say, so if I get stuck on a word, I can jump to another one. So I'm always thinking ahead like that. And if I ever have to read a script, I get in trouble because I can't dance around the words, that kind of thing. So being able to speak freely, and so that definitely ties back to being comfortable about what I'm talking about. If I'm ever put in a situation where I need to go on TV and talk about something that I'm maybe not as much of an expert as I should be, those interviews are always much more of a challenge than talking about autonomy or indeed Vermont or things like that.
So if you were to say run for president and then someone made you use a teleprompter, that would be difficult for you.
I would be in deep trouble. Yeah, if you've ever seen the King's Speech, that was the worst horror movie I've ever seen in my I saw that once and I will never see it again because that was a hard movie for me to watch, because that's very much what I was going through.
Well, I hope you'll consider running for president, because I think a lot of us would vote for you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Maybe is it too late to get in this year's election? Because I feel like there are a lot of people looking for a third candidate.